How would you like to make your first million? And today we have Brandon, which is the CEO of HOA.com. Brandon, while a single dad in 1997, Brandon was an early technology innovator featuring real estate property listings. From Realtor, he partnered with and promoted after learning the art and science of referrals. He increased his annual income 10x from 20K to 200,000 and 18 months. Brandon and Brandon has since closed over 500 million in transactions by referral and has founded multiple locals and online referral platforms and network connecting more than 5 million members. Wow, in 195 countries. So, Brandon, tell us what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I teach all the our partnerships, presentations, and podcasts. Those are the top three. Now, if I have to add to partnerships, presentations, and podcasts, these days I'd say using AI to automate so much of what you're doing, and then also building community into your business model and ensuring that no matter what you're selling and how you're serving people, that you're creating a sense of community so that people really feel the heart of what you're doing and can see themselves as part of the mission that you're on.
Thank you so much, Brandon. And I think I see that is very important this principle of creating community. I think that in the times that we live now, if you're an entrepreneur, even if you don't have a product, you can start your journey as an entrepreneur. And the step number one, I think, even before you develop a product, is to develop the community. Because if you can create a community around the topic or the subject of the product you want to develop, after you can even ask to that community to, hey, I'm thinking to launch this product. Do you think that you will buy it? How much money you want to pay? We have a big problem in the entrepreneurs world because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we make a mistake that, oh, we created this product and then we want to take it to market and the product is not market fit. So they cannot reach to this first million because you thought that that product would solve the problem, but actually the market thing is different. Out of the 500 millionaires that we interviewed this podcast, no one had come yet to tell me that the product that they designed exactly was that the product that the market wants to buy. So, Brando, how important or what message do you have for the entrepreneurs out there that they are not taking seriously how important is create high quality content and build the community around the topic and about the product that you have to offer? And so what message do you have for the entrepreneurs regarding this? That I don't think that a startup founders take community building serious enough, and in my opinion, is the backbone to get from 0 to 1.
Well, community is key, and so is content. You mentioned content. I think content is part of the way that we create that sense of community is
Absolutely.
sharing our message with the world. But for us, HOA.com is all about community. So here in the US, HOAs are homeowner associations. Over half of all of the homeowners in the US live in an HOA. And what we want to do is bring neighbors together and have people do life with the people that they live next door to. And so that's part of our reason for being, really the mission that we're on. But when it comes to entrepreneurs, I think it's critically important that people really create that sense of community. What it does is it builds loyalty. People feel like they're part of the family. And when you can create that and manufacture that within your company, what it does is it really changes it into creating a movement. We just did a video shoot on Monday and we interviewed a number of people and asked them, what does unity through community mean to you? And at the end of that, we ask them each to look in the camera and say, join the movement. And I think when you can create that within your business, your company, and people feel like there's a purpose behind it and they're passionate about it, that's when things get really fun because it's more than just making money, it's about making a difference.
Absolutely, and it's behind the power of the message. So, Brandon, what tips do you have for entrepreneurs that they want to build uh, exactly better than a community and movement, and but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to start. So, can you share some tips how entrepreneurs that startup founders can start their journey to build and grow a community?
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to start by thinking about what is the purpose of what you do and what's the impact that you're creating? How are you making a difference and changing people's lives? And one of the things that I teach is to be a charity champion. Find a charity or a cause that you're passionate about and that's in alignment with your business, right? And if you can associate with them, really be a part of the organization and integrate that into what you're doing, then you're taking advantage of something called cause related marketing and not taking advantage in a bad way, but you're putting it to work in the power for your business because people care when you show that you care. And so if you can enroll and enlist them into something that they get passionate about, that's when you create that sense of community. And then I think you have to continue the conversation. You have to be a champion for that yourself and continue to infuse that in all of your content and conversations.
Yeah, I think that, Brandon, we creating powerful community content is one of the most important elements because this is what the community consume, high quality content, and there are a lot of challenges because there's a lot of content out there, and you as an entrepreneur you have to start to create this what we call it high quality content because the more quality heavy content, the more your community will grow. You think about, let's say, Netflix. Okay, they have a great community, but hey, they have an amazing movies. That's why that community is around the product or service. So you can call it, like for example, Harley Davidson. There is a story that the company was about to collapse. However, when they decide to build a community around the product and make a movement, so now the company will last forever. It doesn't matter that it's going to be better motorcycles, more efficient motorcycles, and better designs because Harley Davidson is not anymore about the product, it's about the movement and what the product represents. And now there is a community around that product that they not only buy motorbikes, they buy jackets, they buy glasses, they
Right.
all go together for a trip. And now it's a movement, it's a way that that community identify with the product. And I think that this is when it comes to business, it's like what we call it the golden um, era of a business is because the your community believe what you believe and they follow you. For example, this one, this company that we have as speakers and leaders, again, we create the movement and we realize that the people are joining the movement not even for Harry, is that they believe what we believe. They believe that the
Right.
speakers are leaders. So when they start to believe what we believe, they are joining the community not for me, they're joining the community for themselves because they also
That's right.
believe and they want to be part of the journey. So, Brandon,
Harry, can
how?
we dig
Yes,
in?
go ahead,
Can I dig into that before you
please.
move on? I think what you just said is so important. And let's talk about Harley Davidson. They've got people that are passionately promoting, to your point, people wear the t-shirts, they wear the
Mhm.
sweatshirts, right? And they go around to different cities and they want to buy one for every location that they've ever gone to. If they go on a vacation, they literally go to the Harley Davidson store so that they can buy a shirt and say, I was there because they're so passionate about what they're doing. But then you talk about speakers are leaders, and speakers are leaders, right? And leaders are speakers. The same is true. But what you're doing is you're helping people see themselves at a higher level. And you're right, Harry's not the hero. Even though you're inspiring people, your client and customer is the hero. And in
Hmm.
any big journey, people have to see themselves as the hero. You, as the business owner, that's the gift you get to give other people, is to elevate their vision for themselves, what's possible. One of the things that we're doing, we're launching a new brand next week. I have a brand
Wow.
new book coming out. It's called Raving Referrals for Real Estate Agents. And
Wow.
what we're doing is we're launching a brand called Referral Champion. And the whole concept here is it's not about us. Yeah, I've done $500 million in referrals and people call me the king of referrals. That's cool. But they don't care about Brandon Barnum. They care about themselves. They want to be the referral champion. And so
Absolutely.
we're doing a global contest, right? So that somebody is going to be named the 2025 referral champion. And we're not
Wow.
only going to for the whole world, but we're also going to do it within different companies so that people win the crown and it gives them an identity to aspire to that's bigger than just themselves as an individual.
So, Brandon, I have a question because the this out of this podcast, on a stop of five step out of your first million, one out of five, one out of six, the entrepreneurs that we interview in this broadcast, they are real estate or they are in the real estate business.
Great.
And so would be a fair assumption to say that if you are in real estate, you have a very good chance to be a millionaire. I mean, the data is reflected in this very same podcast. However, a lot of people want to start in the real estate, but they don't know how. And I think that referral, become a referral, is a very easy um, way for everybody to start in the real estate business because you just find the deal and then you refer and you can make some commission if that makes sense. So what do you really think that become a millionaire in real estate is that easy? And why we have so many millionaires in real estate when my first business was in real estate, we managed to sell over 5 million and it's an amazing vehicle. However, we have to be careful because when you make a mistake in real estate, it's not cheap. It's 50,000, 100,000. So
Right.
we have to
Right.
make our audience aware that yeah, it's amazing, but you do have to
Yes.
be careful. But I find referral a great vehicle for everyone that wants to start in the real estate business. So what's your point? Is it really so easy to become a millionaire in the real estate? When you don't have no money, how can you start?
Yeah, I think, Harry, it's possible. Easy is not important to me. Is it possible, and is there a way
Hmm.
forward? Can you achieve that success that you're looking for? And the answer is unequivocally yes. There's more people that are millionaires because of real estate investing than anything else. And personally, I was in the mortgage business for 12 years, so I'm passionate about the real estate industry. I'll be at the Remax Global Convention all week next week in Vegas.
Wow.
So I'm all
Wow.
in on real estate. And, to your point, how does somebody get started? Well, you can become a real estate investor. You don't have to have your own money. You can be a referral scout and look for deals for other real estate investors and basically do a joint venture where you either put a property under contract or just find deals for other people and make some money that way. For people that get their real estate business, to your point, they can literally just refer and get paid for
Amazing.
people that are going to list their property. So I know people that make $100,000 a year and more, and they don't
Wow.
ever
Just with
list a
referrals.
property themselves, just from the referrals,
Wow,
just from the
that's
referrals alone.
spectacular. That's amazing. So, Brandon, how people can learn what how they definitely need to read your book, right? So, what community they can join? How do you have any resources that you can share with our audience?
Yeah, so this book launches, I'm sure, by the time your podcast airs. This is our Raving Referrals for Real Estate Agents book, and that comes
Wow,
out
it's a big
next week.
book.
Yes, it is. Well, and part of the reason it's a big book, there's kind of two halves to the book. The first half is the how-to, the step-by-step of how to generate more referrals and build your business by referral. The second half of the book is all of the top podcasts in real estate, all of the industry icons, the recommended resources, and the networking events. There's almost 2 million members of different Facebook real estate referral groups, and then also experts and influencers. So the second half of the book is like, these are all the people and the companies that you need to know about because they can help elevate your success.
Wow, that's amazing, Brandon. So, and another question is regarding it's going back to community, because the the other there are certain elements that we have to put in place in order to build a community, right? So one is high quality content. The other one is exactly the message. Um, and this is very difficult. For example, it sounds very easy to say unity through community or
Right.
speakers and leaders, but until it lands, that this is actually what identify you and what you want to grow your business about, um, it's a little bit challenging to get that message right. So, any tips that you have for our entrepreneurs in the audience, how they can find clarity? Because I think that when this message resonate with the entrepreneur, then it's easy to create the content, and then it's easy to create the community. But it's like a train. If you put it in the wrong track,
That's right.
it's gonna move in a different direction. Then you need to start all over the again. I've been there, but I think it's really expensive. So. How can we help the entrepreneurs out there to get clarity in the message that is going to be the movement that they will that represent, and how they can find some resources so they know, for example, how do you knew, Brandon, that that was unity through community, that was something that you're gonna go for it whatever it takes because this is you, when you realize that was by
Well,
accident?
no, I think that was God given, honestly. I think
Oh
that
wow,
God gave me
I
that as a
love it. I
mission
love it. It's
and a
fantastic.
purpose.
My girlfriend is a branding expert. When she hear about this, she's good. She's gonna love it.
Well, the beauty of unity through community is the word community means come together as one. And you can't have community without unity. It's literally in the word. But for us, we're manufacturing community. But to your question, how does an entrepreneur get started? How do you develop that mission? And what I always say is you got to get started, right? The first is the worst. And the first time you start to communicate your message is the worst it's ever going to be. As soon as you start to share it with others, it's going to get better and better and better. So give yourself the space and the grace to fail forward. Just start sharing it. And the more that you share, the more you're going to get refinement from the market and feedback, and then you'll be able to develop your message. I love what you're about, which is speaking. I was just up in Denver 2 weeks ago speaking, keynoting an event. And when you're a speaker, it elevates your authority way beyond anything else. What was interesting, I was teaching raving referrals, and I actually enrolled a certified trainer. We have raving referrals, certified trainers, people that
Wow,
end up taking our content and they go teach it in their local market because they haven't figured out what their message is, but they want to speak in front of rooms full of realtors, right? And so we target mortgage lenders, title insurance reps, insurance agents, people that want to be in front of real estate agents. And then we equip them, we train them, and we help them speak in front of rooms full of realtors. Because what it does, as you know, is it elevates your credibility, it elevates
absolutely.
your expert authority, and now you've got a captive audience that's getting to know you, getting to like you, and then they trust you, and then they refer you. And so there's nothing better than speaking. And I just am so grateful for what you're doing because more people need to see themselves as both a speaker and a leader.
Thank you. And Brandon, I agree 100% with what you just shared. That it comes with experience. I think that a lot of people can. I think that the entrepreneurs listening to us, they say, "Well, but Brandon is amazing. Look, unity through community, and Harry, the amazing speakers are there. These guys are brilliant. But how about me? I don't have the resources. I don't have the knowledge, and it's exactly what you just shared. That this come with experience. If I tell you how many communities and how many messages I started before that they all failed, I will depress you. Will start to cry. So it doesn't come.
Larry, I
Eh,
did
eh,
98 podcast interviews
Look at
last
it.
year,
Oh
right?
my God, that's a lot.
So I treat podcasts as a speaking opportunity, and every time I refine the message. So the only reason I'm as clear of a communicator as I am today is because of the practice. Just get started. Once you get started, you're going to get better every day.
And there is no shortcut because being an entrepreneur is skill based. Being a great speaker is a skill based. You see the people after I leave the stage, they, Harry, that was amazing. How you do that? I'm telling guys, I think I have done this thousands of times. That's why it's amazing. Is the more you practice, the better you become. It's like driving a car. It's like even if you read a book, if you don't jump into the car, you won't be able to drive or learning how to swim. So building a community is skill based. The more you practice, the better you become. Being an entrepreneur is skill based. The more you practice, the better you become. Now, Brandon, having this driver instructor sitting next to you is kind of a guarantee that you can learn a little bit faster. Um, so what is it? What is your view having like a mentor or a coach or someone that is your drive is not gonna drive the car for you? Because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, the exam you need to drive it yourself. However, that person that is next to you, that is guiding you, can accelerate the process of learning one skill, which is what we are talking about. And this is all the secret behind being an entrepreneur. There are no shortcuts. Uh, you can have this driver instructor that can accelerate the process, but at the end of the day, it's a skill. The more you practice, the better you become. So, what's your view in coaching and mentorship? For as a vehicle to help as much as possible the entrepreneurs out there to develop the skill faster.
It's a great question, Harry. I think mentorship is a shortcut. 100% is a shortcut. I think everybody should have a mentor and also be mentoring somebody else. Personally, I'm a big brother, big brothers, big sisters. So I have a 17-year-old kid that's in high school, and we meet every couple of weeks and I mentor him along. I don't know where the relationship is, but I'm investing in the next generation, just like Mark Victor Hansen invested in me. Mark Victor Hansen, for those that know, is the co-author of
Yes,
Chicken Soup for the Soul.
absolutely,
He was
absolutely.
he was texting me today. We talked for 45 minutes 2 days
Wow,
ago. On Monday, he came and shot video for me. He's been my mentor for 21 years. And what's
wow.
fun is that I hired him to come speak at a charity event that I was helping to put on. And so I literally met him initially because I hired him as a speaker. And when you hire a speaker, then you get their time and attention and energy. And
Absolutely.
what happened is I enrolled him in being my mentor, and that was May 18th, 2004. So here we are almost 21 years later, and this man has been so incredible at creating shortcuts. Right? It is the shortcut. He has expanded my mind and my thinking. He thinks of a world that works for 100% of humanity. I probably would have never come up with unity through community had it not been for Mark's mentorship and expanding my vision for what's possible. And he has introduced me to A-list celebrities and incredible clients that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So mentorship is incredibly powerful and important, and it's worth 10x what you pay.
And then, Brando, having a business about referral or having a referral business uh, is amazing because let's face it, to be an entrepreneur, uh, you have to know a lot of things because you
Yeah.
need to know about hiring the team. You need to know about about tax, about profit, about loss, about leadership. So you name it. However, if you have a referral business, you have something really powerful, which is you don't depend on product, right? Because you don't need to create that product, and you only have to focus and master one skill, which is how to find a good product and how to put it in, and how to sell it in front of the market, or how to do partnerships in order to facilitate this process. And I think that if somebody's listening to this podcast, I want to start a business. I think that being have a business about referral is a vehicle that can give you your starting point of becoming an entrepreneur. A lot of people have been in this podcast that they are affiliate marketing experts. They have made millions doing
Yes.
that. They have shared the stories in this podcast. So, and again, these people don't have a problem. They just
Right.
they find high ticket roads out there that they know that they're gonna sell, and then they do affiliate marketing, they do referral, and they make millions out of this without even having a product, which I think is amazing.
Amazing.
Because
No
you create
inventory, no investment. They're simply promoting something that they believe in
and you're
and they
selling
make
a product
millions.
that people are interested in buying. Because the biggest challenge that we have is that sometimes we develop a product and the market doesn't want to buy it.
That's
And
right.
you spend all the money, time, and energy, and it doesn't matter how good that you are at sales. If the market doesn't want to buy your product, or it's a short market size, you won't be able to make that much money. Whether if you have your business regarding referral and you find vehicles like real estate or high ticket products, I think that you can actually build the business and make millions even without you having to create a product. So at the end of the day, is develop in a skill. So how, Brandon, when you started in the real estate, yeah, tell us your story. Why you started this business in the real estate? You were a mortgage. You were working in as a corporate, right? From as a mortgage broker, right?
Yeah,
In a
so
company.
my origin story starts back when I was in college. I found out in college that you don't have to be married to have a kid. And so at 22, I had my first son, and at 24, I had full custody and I was a single dad.
Oh
And
my
at that point,
God.
I was only making about $20,000 a year,
Oh,
and
that's
it
not enough to raise a
it
kid, right?
wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And so I had to make a change. And I got in the mortgage business, and somebody mentored me in the art and the science of what I now call raving referrals. And I was able to 10x my income from 20,000 to $200,000 a year in just 18 months. And so for the last 20 years plus, I've been on a mission to help as many other people unlock that financial freedom through referrals because it's a shortcut. We were just talking about shortcuts, and referrals are a shortcut to grow your business. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you sell business to business services, 84% of B2B sales start with a referral, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was teaching this morning at Grand Canyon University. I was teaching raving referrals to an entrepreneurship class, and I shared this example. I said, you know, one of the best referrals I had is somebody referred me to somebody who referred me to somebody who referred me to the owner of all the Remax franchises throughout the Caribbean and Central America. Now, this man ended up investing in our company and HOA.com, but not only that, he also referred me to the CEO of Remax. So he scheduled a meeting and got me in front of the CEO and the senior vice president of global for Remax. Now, I couldn't have just cold called the CEO of Remax and
Absolutely.
gotten
No
in
way.
that room with them. No? Right. But
Not in a
because I
million
had a
years.
champion, right, that was introducing me and referring me, they took the lead and they were passionate about what we're doing and they made it happen. That's the power of referrals.
Yeah. And the other challenge that we find in the entrepreneur's world is that the entrepreneurs, they are always looking to find clients, to look for strangers to sell the products.
Yeah.
And this is what they put all the money, energy, and time just to finance more strangers that they can sell the product. However, no, in the part of looking after your existing clients, I think that it's a global problems in companies that we see out there that they don't nurture and take care uh, enough of the existing client without knowing that if you look after this existing client, you nurture this client, and you build a relationship with this client, the amount of referrals that this client can send to you uh, is you don't have an idea how much money is there, and also it won't cost you anything because it's when you like a
Right.
movie. If you like a movie, you're gonna tell the friend. This is I remember I took my girlfriend to the Bush Al Arab uh, hotel, 7-star hotel. It was her birthday, so I invited to eat there. That was a long time ago, yeah. And
Yeah.
there is no way that I'm gonna buy a cake. It was really, it's expensive. The food already. So I said, no, okay, I will pay for the cake. That's it. I'm not for the food. I'm not buying a cake. And then they came, and they knew because of the system that it was her birthday, and they brought the cake and they sang happy birthday, very luxury my 7-star hotel. And so that experience, I always talk about this experience and even share it with you now. And in this podcast, we have large audience, so and everybody's listening. So imagine the amount of referral that it comes that I'm giving now to this hotel for free, just because they create a great customer experience. And I think companies like, for example, Amazon, one of of their successes, in my opinion, is this, that they took care of the client experience so well that probably the first time that you find about Amazon, it was not in Google, it was a referral. Somebody told you, Brandon, look, man, company amazing. You all they're gonna say you they're gonna send you the product, and if you don't like it, you send it back. No problem. And bro, in my opinion, we all find out about Amazon, most of us, because it's a referral, and nobody talks about it. Now everybody knows Amazon. Of course, Amazon. Everybody knows about Amazon, but how Amazon grew, how Amazon was in the radar, Amazon was in the radar of everyone. It was mainly for referral, but the referrals only come as an excellent customer experience of your existing clients. And we see a lot of challenges, Brandon, out there with the entrepreneurs, that they don't take care enough of, and they don't allocate resources and time in our existing clients, and then they take all the money they have, and then they keep looking for strangers that they don't have a relationship with to try to sell the product, whether they have a gold mine there in the existing clients, and they don't explode enough. So, what is your view? If I give you $100, how much money would you put in your existing client to nurture them, to treat them well, to build relationship with them, so they can send you potential referral, and how much money you will put in acquired strangers for your business?
Yeah, it's a great question, Harry. I teach that lead is a four-letter word. I don't want leads. I want referrals. What I mean by that is I want a trust transfer to take place. I want somebody else to tell another person that our company is amazing and that they've got to use us. When somebody is referred to you, that person is 400% more likely to hire you because if you're marketing to strangers, there's no trust. They don't know you, they don't trust you, and so they're
It's very
concerned.
expensive.
It's
You have to
very
educate. You have
expensive,
to educate that lead, right? Costs a lot of
very
money.
expensive. 90% of humans trust recommendations. So if Harry says something's great, 9 out of 10 people are going to be like, oh, that's cool. I got to check that out, right? And here's the thing is to answer your question, how much money do you spend? I think it starts by understanding what's your lifetime client value.
Mhm.
How much is a customer really worth to your business? Not on one transaction, because most people are transactional. And you just kind of mentioned it. People are like, oh, I got to get a new client because they're thinking about that one transaction. Where if they nurture that client for life, then that client does number of transactions with them and then refers lots of other people. So in the mortgage business, I knew that every loan that I did on average, I'd make about $3,000 per commission. But what I learned was every client was worth over $10,000 to my business because if I took care of them, to your point, they would do many more transactions and they'd also refer more people to us. So you've got to be relational, not transactional in how you look at people. And once you understand the lifetime value of your client, if a client's worth $10,000 to you, how much would you invest to get that new client? $100, $500, $1,000? Well, as long as you have more money to invest in more clients, you're winning the game.
Yeah, and pay. I think that we have to pay attention to our existing clients. Exactly what you just shared is we need to be more relationable and less transactionable. Because when business is about relationships and the transaction we come after, but this relationship is the backbone of having business. Actually, the transaction is the expression of support of that relationship. Um, I see here in this podcast we have done interviews with lawyers that mainly the only way that that they have clients is by referral, and they've been in business for a long time. And the only thing that the only word that I have for these people in this business, they only receive the client by referrals, is that wow, you are doing an excellent customer service, and you providing an excellent uh, customer experience to the point that you don't need to use any other marketing strategy to bring clients, because just by delivering an excellent customer service and experience by itself in autopilot, it will feed your business. And obviously, if you want to scale more, you will need another marketing strategies. But if you want to keep your business as a lifestyle business, um, just having a great service and create a great customer experience will do it for you, um, because you're gonna have a lot of referral clients. Saying this, Brandon, what are some what are the key things that we can do in our business to bring more referrals?
Well, Harry, you just mentioned it, right? Wow your clients, but also you need to ask for referrals. And you don't have to do it personally, although that's what we recommend, but you can automate the ask by incorporating it into your client journey, right?
Mhm.
Adding that into your invoices and having a survey at the end. But we teach the art of the ask. And really, it's all about setting the stage at the beginning when a client chooses to hire you. And so there's three steps. It's setting the stage, listening for referral triggers, and then ASK to GET. But it's all about really delivering an exceptional experience to your client. And it starts with that first conversation. When somebody hires you, what you want to say is at the end of the meeting, before I let you go, Harry, I want you to know that I love helping companies or people like you have a five-star experience. And so we're going to go above and beyond to really wow you with what we do. And I'd like to ask you a favor if I can, which is that once we've proven ourselves and really wowed you with a five-star experience, would it be okay if we ask you for referrals and testimonials later on once you've really experienced our service? And 100% of people say yes to that because
Absolutely.
really, you're not asking for anything, are you, Harry?
Hmm. Yeah, and people are mainly grateful. People what they want is a good product and good service.
That's right.
And if you're able to provide this and look after your clients, uh, they will um, they will do all the referrals and the testimonials for you. From our workshop, speakers and leaders, we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials that there are in our YouTube channels out there, because
Awesome.
the people just volunteer and go in camera and say amazing things about our product, and but you do have to exactly to have
You
a
have to
good
ask them.
product. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and
Uh,
Harry, imagine this. Imagine if at the beginning of one of your conferences, as you're teaching people to be speakers, what if you said this? By the way, our goal here is for you to be so excited about the service that we deliver that by the end of this conference, at the end of this event, that you are just so passionate about it that you want to give us a testimonial because
yeah.
we've made such a difference to you, right? So that's called setting the stage. That's step one. You're going to get some referrals right then because people are going to be, well, now that you mentioned it, I know somebody right now that needs your service. That would be great for this. But you're not putting any pressure on them. You're simply saying, I'm going to go above and beyond to wow you. Okay. That's step one, setting the stage. Now, as you start servicing them, you're listening for the referral triggers, which ideally they actually say, wow, Harry, this is amazing. You are awesome. You are great. I love it. Thank you. You're listening for an expression of appreciation. Thank you. You're the best. Oh, you've made me look so good, feel so great, lose so much weight, make so much money. Whatever it is that your service provides as the outcome. And then once you hear that, that's step two, listening for the referral triggers. Now you want to ASK to GET because they're in a peak referral state. They've just, number one, you asked for permission at the beginning. I'm going to wow you. And when I do, I'd like to ask you for permission. Yes, great. Now, number two, once they wow you, you want to go into step number three, which is Harry, I'm so glad to hear you say that. Remember, we started working together. I told you I was going to wow you with our service. Well, now that you've had the experience for yourself and you know what a difference we can make for you and your family and your business, I'm looking to help a few more families or a few more speakers and a few more leaders take the stage, right? So, who do you know that should go through this program? And what you're going to find is when you set the stage, you listen for the referral triggers, and then you ask the right way and the right time, you're going to be flooded with business.
Wow, that's a really, really powerful, Brandon. Really, really powerful. So, Brandon, if someone is in love with our conversation and want to learn more about this, how to build the community, and how to set up a more strong what we call a referral structure in the current business, that I can guarantee you that you're living, if you listen in this broadcast, you are leaving money on the table. Guarantee you. If you look, you listen the broadcast again carefully, and you think how is the process of you wowing your customers and how you are nurturing them and treating them and ask them for the referrals, I can guarantee you you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And so if people are in love with this, Brandon, how can they find you? How this process work?
Yes, absolutely. So for your audience, and I've never offered this before, I'm going to suggest that they go to ravingreferrals.com/trainer. That is our certified trainer program. We're looking for speakers. We're looking for leaders. We're looking for people that want to be on stage in front of rooms full of realtors and other professionals who serve homeowners. So if that's you and you love this conversation and you're like, hey, I'd like to teach that, you can do that. Go to ravingreferrals.com/trainer. Beyond that, you can find me at brandonbarnum.com. That's kind of my speaker page, and you can book a one-on-one with me. We can have a conversation. If you have a podcast and you're like, man, I want this guy on my show, then go to brandonbarnum.com and you can find out about me and book me for your next event or podcast.
Thank you so much, Brandon. And with that note, see you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really insightful conversation, and I think that we is a very important for entrepreneurs out there to learn the skill how to start a community, how to build the community, how to build the movement, and how to do customer appreciation and get more referrals for your business. Because referrals, you need to treat your clients good anyway. But if you make your clients your fans, magic will happen to you, because ton of money will come to you as a referral, and all you need to and you need to treat the clients excellent anyway for you to have a business. So why not start it from the very beginning? So Brandon, once again, thank you so much, and for all of you following the broadcast. See you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How great entrepreneurs like Brandon break the wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.